this video, I'm going to share with you some original research that I've conducted on loneliness using publicly available data. This is my statistical analysis. Let's go. So I used the Public Opinions and Social Trends Great Britain Personal Wellbeing and Loneliness by Personal Characteristics Survey from April to June 2025 dataset. So people within this data set were asked a bunch of questions, but I only used the data from table 11, which was when they were asked the question, how often do you feel lonely? So I put the data into statistics using a chi-square analysis to basically find out which of the factors predicted or are highly associated with loneliness, and here they are. So it's a lot to look at, so I'll walk you through the table. So the lines in red, as I'm sure you could imagine, those factors had the largest influence on or association with loneliness, and then the ones in yellow had a moderate association, and then the ones down the bottom in blue had a mild, if that, association with loneliness. So we'll actually start at the bottom here. So what you'll probably find interesting was that sex or gender had a very minor effect on reports of loneliness. So males and females reported about the same, 7%. And then right at the top, you'll see tenure group had a high effect on loneliness. Specifically, people that were social renters reported high levels of loneliness at 18% in my chi-square analysis. So what this means is tenure group refers to the type of house they have, whether they're renting, whether it's like a government house, a privately owned house, or like a mortgage that they own, like their own home, right? So as I'm sure you could imagine, people that have housing instability might report higher levels of loneliness because maybe a lot of their focus is going on ensuring that they remain with a roof over their head instead of homeless on the street, right? So that could be one potential way to interpret that data. I'm sure there's other ways. So we'll just sort of go down the line here. So employment status had a high effect on loneliness. People that didn't have a job basically reported higher levels of loneliness, as I'm sure one could expect. If you're sitting at home trying to find a job but don't have a job, that can be very isolating because work obviously provides a bit of a social outlet for people depending on the type of work. If you have a team-based job, then you'll get social interactions through that. Next was household composition. So being a single parent, that seems to be associated with loneliness, and also quite literally living alone was associated with loneliness. Ethnicity was a major factor in being associated with loneliness. Disability status was too. So people that reported having a disability reported higher levels of loneliness. And then down into the middling factors here. So deprivation kind of refers to like socioeconomic status. So unsurprisingly, people that were in a lower SES status reported higher levels of loneliness. Your occupation was associated with loneliness. Your age was associated as well. So younger people actually reported higher levels of loneliness, and as you got older, your loneliness levels decreased. So older adults reported less loneliness. You could probably attribute that to more stability in finances, possibly stability in emotions maybe, and just probably more stability in social networks maybe. And then as we go down to parental status, region, education, and country really had minimal effects on reports of loneliness. There wasn't very much difference in the groups. So yeah, hopefully people found this interesting. This is an original analysis. This is not me sort of pulling a research study. I've always kind of wanted to do something like this, and here we go. So hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.